Hey, what's going on, guys? Bflattened here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be talking about the golden week of TemTem 1.0 spoilers part number 2, the competitive scene and approach to PvP. Now, PvP is a huge part of TemTem's core gameplay. It rewards a lot of players for playing PvP, and also team building is a huge part of this monster catcher game known as TemTem. So let's go ahead and see what they're changing about the competitive and PvP scenes upon 1.0 release. So, the competitive scene itself has always been a part of one of its key components, as we just mentioned, and they want to expand and promote it further. TemTem Showdown, if you guys have ever heard of Pokemon Showdown, TemTem Showdown is going to be kind of similar, but let's see exactly what they're getting into. So, TemTem Showdown is an in-game battle simulator that allows you to participate in ranked battles without actually working towards building the teams, capturing the Tems, breeding, and trading them. It allows you to basically simulate the battle itself. That way you can see if a Tem is worthwhile without actually investing into it and everything like that. It's very, very useful for wanting to train up your perfect team. Having a battle simulator allows players access to the competitive ladder instantly and gives them more tools to freely explore and test new teams, build for strategies. Ever since the inception of TemTem, we've tried to facilitate access to competitive battles without going too far, like having the ranked battle auto-escalate stats and levels. But it hasn't been enough. Our players have been demanding easier access to the competitive scene or suggesting that we remove all barriers altogether. But we've been torn because of how that would impact the PvE progression and scene. We decided to create TemTem Showdown game mode and release it with 1.0, or close to it. Remember, this will likely drop during the launch window. Showdown will be included as part of the game, and its usability will be fused with the ranked competitor ladder. With Showdown, you'll be able to edit your team and preference without having to train your Tems. You will also be able to select the SVs and TVs, which is like your individual values that we see in Pokemon. These Showdown squads will only be available for ranked and friendly competitive matches. You won't be able to use them for any other game content with like dojo rematches, in-game tournaments, things like that. That will ensure the hard-trained Tems still have their place in the game, while allowing for a much more dynamic experience in PvP. Lastly, even though Ranked Ladder will use Showdown Tems, you will still be able to participate with your regular squad, the ones that you actually train up and play with. Showcase squads and regular squads cannot be mixed together. You can still showcase and flex your Luma team and your hard-earned, traditionally trained Tems. Here's a screenshot of what that's going to look like now that we see from their spoilers. Ranked V2. When we talked about Ranked version 2, we talked about a series of improvements and changes plans for the Ranked format, which will enhance the experience and make it more rewarding. These changes include the Ranked format will be divided into seasons. So that will go along with the Seasonal Tamer Pass explained tomorrow, which is going to be our next Golden Week, this next video. These seasons will impact how ranked matches are played. Balance patches will arrive at the start of each season, and the goal is to maintain the meta untouched during an ongoing season. Hiding the TMR in-game, so a lot of people will be able to see your TMR, kind of like seeing your public stats in like Call of Duty or things like that. They're actually going to be hiding that. The fluctuation of TMR actually creates a lot of pressure, so we're considering hiding it. TMR will still be visible while using the API, so the most dedicated users will still be able to check it out using third-party tools. We want to make some tweaks to the TMR formula. So TMR is kind of like MMR, which is the rating in which you have your ranked progress and show. Whether you have a high TMR, you have a higher rank, low TMR, lower rank. One of the things we want to do is tweak around the amount of 2MR loss against a lower TMR player. You shouldn't be matched against one of these in the first place, but that's another problem. We also plan to increase the TMR gains so the difference between a good player and a regular one is higher. So they want to balance the gains and losses. Kind of like LP in League of Legends, but actually balanced. We're also considering adding TMR decay. So if you don't play for a very long time, they might actually decay your TMR, which is like, if you haven't, again, the League of Legends thing, if you haven't played in a while, you might go from, you know, gold 4 to like gold 2 to like gold 3, for example. Although we don't know if it's going to be needed with the season format, at the end of the season, everyone will have their TMR reset to a new lower value so that you can reclimb with the new season. We're adding ranks and sub-ranks in order to replace the no longer visible TMR. Think of gold 1, gold 2, silver 1. Yeah, just like an elo system. We're open to suggestions for cooler names. These ranks will be distributed based on percentile population at the start of each season, so we'll always try to keep the same distribution. We're going to be adding a legendary rank, but they're going to be accepting suggestions for a better name, which only the top percentile, 1% of the players will reach. This rank will have an internal ladder, which you'll see your relative place amongst other legend players. So, for example, the third best player in terms of TMR would be legend number 3. We're adding feathers, and that's what you might be wondering. Feathers is a new currency that's coming. As a reward for ranked wins, along with current rewards for Pansuns. Since we're going to try to increase the maximum possible TMR rank, the idea is that the Pansun rewards increase with it too. These rewards will now be based off of your TMR, which is like your rank or whatever they're going to change it to, instead of your opponent's TMR. We're also adding seasonal rewards at the end of the season, depending on your performance during it. You'll get some exclusive rewards that won't be obtainable any other way except through this. And finally, we're adding 2 daily and 2 weekly competitive quests, which will grant users extra feathers and Pansuns while doing it. Dedicated balance team. Up until now, balance has been something that they've been doing. And maintain it in between tasks instead of having people focus on it regularly. Some of our current team members have been dedicating hours sporadically. We want to have a more robust balance changes. We've talked about including some key community members as helpers, so the balance team has extra input on certain topics that could be considered more risky or delicate. We already have some names at the top of our minds, and we made some early approaches to discuss it already, but there's a lot of bureaucracy involved, so when the team has enough time, we'll be moving forward with it in a definitive manner. We just wanted to reassure you that this is still planned and a priority to us. Frema run tournaments. Frema is the dev, by the way, of TemTem, in case you didn't know. We love seeing community tournaments, but they want to have their own dedicated tournaments now as well. Someone who has run several tournaments and a good understanding of TemTem competitive scene might be someone who will be a dedicated member of the community as their esports manager. It looks like they've hired someone. We're also going to allocate a budget in order to incentivize the tournaments with cash prizes and the entertaining of possibly doing an on-site tournaments. We're still at the very early stages of designing it, but we have loads of ideas and are eager to work with them. Here's another in-screen screenshot. Other planned improvements. First, a TV blender, which will ease the process of giving enhancer fruits to Tems, which is basically how you can give individual values to your Tem. Secondly, we're planning a system of sorts that will let your Tems, that will let you drop your Tems someplace, pay a fee, and have them train automatically while they're there. Sort of a training alternative to the Breeding Center. There's a place in game dedicated to this already, but it's very far from functional. Since it's a lot of work, we're not even considering the launch window for this. It'll be added to the game at an indefinite point in the future. We'll tell you more as we progress with it. And that is it, and concluding day number 2 of Golden Week 1.0 spoilers. Let me know what you guys are most excited for about the balancing of PvP and also the ranked scene, along with the side improvements that they spoiled as well. Let me know what you guys are most excited for. Otherwise, I will see you in the next Golden Week. Golden Week number 3 out of 5. We'll see what they have in store for us in patch notes number 3. Have yourselves a great night, everybody. Take care. My name is Bflattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.